We are still dropping weight, 211.7. I got my shirt on today. If you know what I mean, all my videos I don't have my shirt on, but it is freezing cold outside. Anyway, as you saw, I lost 1.1 pounds in just one day. Now, the day before that, I only lost 0.6. So as I discussed in yesterday's video, your body's gonna fluctuate. It's gonna go up, it's gonna go down. It may go down a lot, it may go down a little bit, but as long as you're moving in the right direction, you're doing okay. Now, let me just say, there are gonna be times where you actually might plateau and your weight doesn't move anywhere. That is totally fine too, because what's happening is your body is kind of setting a set point. It's kind of entering that homeostasis mode where it's kind of finding a set point, okay? And usually when this happens, that's totally okay. If you stay on track, the weight will budge, okay? As long as you're tracking your calories, you're implementing some type of intermittent fasting, and you're getting rid of all the carbs and sugars out of your diet, okay? That is gonna really push the scale down, plus adding some exercise. Where is the sun? I live in the sunshine state of Florida. I feel like we haven't seen the sun in over a week. This is actually getting ridiculous. So I just dropped off my son at school and I'm not heading to the gym. So today is my off day. A really good workout split that I've been doing is 3 days on. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 1 day off. So that would be Thursday. And then I do 2 more days on, Friday, Saturday, and then 1 day off, which would be Sunday. So that is a really good workout split that I do every single week. So since today is Thursday, I thought I'd do a little bit of a throwback Thursday or a then and now Thursday, if you will, and kind of explain like what exactly got me into fitness and to begin with. So this happened many years ago, and it actually happened through a tragedy, okay? That's what really got me into fitness. So I'm gonna be 49 this year. So my journey started when I was 25, all the way back in 2001. So this was a long time ago. So my life was not moving in the right direction, okay? I was, in the party scene, did a lot of drugs. I had a brother who was only a year younger than me. He was 24, so I was 25 at the time. We were like best friends. We graduated together. I mean, we did everything together. He was like my best friend. Well, he got caught up into drugs a little too much, and he went out to a concert and he overdosed and he died. And that totally just shook up my world. And at the time, I was a manager at Publix, a bakery manager. If you see my other videos, I kind of tell you that I was a bakery manager for like almost 20 years. So from that moment on, I knew that this is not what I wanted to do. I did not want to be a bakery manager for the rest of my life. I just wasn't feeling it, all right? So I had another manager in the store, knew I was just, depressed. And what he did was he invited me to come work out with him because he felt like, well, if you could just maybe start feeling healthy, get fit, maybe this will be a way to kind of take your mind off of things. So I started going to the gym with him. And from that moment on, okay, I had never gone to the gym prior to 2001. That wasn't even on my radar. I was unhealthy. I ate fast food all the time. And when I started going to the gym with this guy, I fell in love with it. I mean, I started seeing my body change. I was getting stronger. I was losing weight. And it just totally changed my world. So it was through a tragedy that I actually got into my best shape. Now, from there, things progressed even further. So what I'm gonna do, I wanna share the rest of the story, but because I'm driving, I really wanna be focused. There's a lot more to it in this 20-something years of fitness. I've gone through several transformations, and one of them was actually a contest that I won. So I'm gonna explain that when I get home. It's a pretty amazing story, so stay tuned. Right, so I am back, and I really wanted to finish the rest of the story. So as I talked about previous, I met this guy after my brother's death, and I started working out with him, started seeing all these changes, and I was absolutely hooked on fitness. Now, Fast forward some years later, I started going on YouTube. I started watching other fitness YouTubers, trying to get some tips that I could do to even further my progress, okay? And I actually stumbled upon, by accident, a YouTuber who in today's world would be considered the OG of fitness, okay? He's been around a very, very long time. Well, we started developing a little bit of a relationship offline, and he actually sent an email out because I had subscribed to his email list, and he said, hey, I'm gonna be doing a transformation. I think it was like a 16-week transformation. And when he sent me the email, he said, hey, Tim, I thought of you when I put this all together. So I was like, because I was kind of debating, do I want to enter this transformation contest or not? Because I had seen the email like, weeks before, and then he kind of contacted me weeks after he sent out the email. So that kind of got me to enter into this contest. Okay, so basically a lot of men entered this contest. I want to say it was about 66 guys, and out of those 66 he was just going to pick 12. Okay, that's all he was going to pick. So basically how the transformation went is that he provided the workouts, but we were on our own as far as our diets. So again, I go back on the internet, on Google, I'm typing, what are some of the best diets to lose a lot of weight fast? So I stumbled upon keto. And there's different forms of keto. There's cyclical, and there's targeted, okay? So I thought, okay, I've never done keto before. I don't know what this is all about. So I started reading more about it. And what I chose out of the three, which was keto, cyclical, or targeted, is I chose targeted keto. So simply what targeted keto is you're allowed to have carbohydrates. I know that sounds weird because you're not supposed to have carbs on keto, but you're allowed to have a little bit of carbs before your workout and a little bit afterwards. And in all other times of the day, it's strictly protein, fat, veggies, no carbs, okay? So I adopted this type of diet. And as I started doing the diet and working out, I was like, wow, I am really starting to see my body change pretty significantly, all right? So my choice of carbohydrates before the workout was some type of rice or like potatoes, something like that. And then I would have a little bit afterwards, but it was only like 30 to 50 grams. So really, really low, okay? So as time went on, the 66 guys that were a part of it, some started dropping out. There was certain, how do I want to put it? There were certain milestones that if you didn't reach, he kind of cut people from the team. He would have people vote saying, hey, which guys should I keep in the transformation? So people would vote, and I continued to be voted, up, because I was making significant changes, right? And then it got down to the wire, okay? There was only, so many guys left, and then he chose the 12. Well, I became one of the top 12. Now, as I'm telling you this story, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to find some of these old pictures and videos of this whole thing. So just keep watching. I'll throw up some pictures and videos of my transformation. So how did I do in the 16 weeks? So I basically lost 22 pounds in 16 weeks, okay? Not that much weight loss in 16 weeks, because later in this video, I'll tell you what my biggest transformation was, where I lost 70 pounds, all right? So let's go back to the other one, okay? So basically what the winners won is we got to win a trip to Florida and Tampa, which I already live in Tampa, so okay, I could drive there, but everybody else got flown in, and we were all gonna meet at this very famous gym in Tampa. It's like known as the Mecca of Tampa. It was Powerhouse Gym in Tampa, kind of like, out in California, they have Gold's Gym where Arnold Schwarzenegger trained. They kind of call that the Mecca. Well, in Tampa, we had our own gym that was the Mecca of Tampa, and it was Powerhouse Gym. So we did this whole thing where we got to spend a day with him. We got free stuff. We even got to be a part of a mastermind to help us with our own fitness business. So we got to be a part of a little mastermind. He brought in a lot of experts and people who have been in the YouTube world for years, and they kind of told us, what's the secrets to blowing up your fitness business, right? So I was so excited about that, okay? So from that moment on, like I said, I was a bakery manager. I was like, you know what? I think it's time to retire. So I retired from Publix back in 2015, and we're in 2025. So it's been exactly 10 years that I actually haven't had to punch a time clock, right? Which was just amazing, okay? And I've just helped men from all over the world to do exactly what I did, okay? So that was my first transformation, okay? So again, I lost like 22 pounds in the 16 weeks.
And that was my first exposure to the keto diet. But I did like a targeted keto where I kept carbs at the beginning of the workout and after, okay? So after that whole transformation, I kind of lost touch with my mentor, who did this whole transformation. And during that time, I gotta confess, I kind of slacked off. I was still in the gym, but I started eating bad. I went off of keto and man, I blew up to my biggest weight I have ever been in my entire life. I ballooned. So I forgot to tell you. So the starting weight of my first transformation, I was 212 and I got to 190. Okay. So check this out. I fell off the wagon big time. All right. I went from 190 to 243 pounds. That was the heaviest I had ever been. In fact, I'll throw a picture of I'm a little embarrassed, but I had a beer gut, all right? Here I am married with kids and I'm like sluggish. I had no energy for my kids, my wife. I mean, it just got really, really bad. So I thought, okay, that is it. I need to get back on track. I can't claim to be a fitness guy and be like overweight, okay? You got to represent, who you are and your brand. I kind of felt a little bit hypocritical. I'm just being honest with you. So from there on, I decided I am going to get in the best shape of my life. I'm talking the best shape of my life, and I'm going to teach others how to do it, okay? So in 7 months, okay, this is what I chose to do. Instead of doing targeted keto, I did strict keto. I'm talking no carbs, no sugars. I implemented intermittent fasting, and I can tell you what the sweet spot was for me. I don't know if it is for you, but the sweet spot for me was I ate around that 1,800 calories as a man. If you're about 200 pounds or more, try to stick to that at 1,800 calories. And I ate between 1 and 5. So I was fasting in a 20-hour window and eating in a 4-hour window. So first meal at 1, second meal at 5, all right? So I stayed strict for probably, out of the 7 months, I think I stayed strict for about 4 to 5 months. I mean, no cheating at all. If I went to a party, I brought my food, okay? Or if there was stuff already there that was keto compliant, like meat and protein and veggies, I would eat that. But there was absolutely no cheating. Now, when I got to month 4, this is what I did. I started cheating on the weekends. I chose one day of the week, which was Sunday. It was always on a Sunday. And I would eat anything I wanted, okay? I did this once every 3 weeks after the 4-month mark, okay? A lot of people go into this whole diet thing. They're like, when do I get to cheat? If you're going in with that mindset, then this is not for you, okay? You need to be strict if you want to reach your goals. So in month 4, I only cheated once that month. And then when month 5 and 6 came, I started shortening that window where I would have a cheat meal once every 2 weeks. And then by my 7th month, then I started cheating once a week. And during those 7 months, I lost 70 pounds in 7 months. And I'll throw up some before and after pictures up here as well. I had never been that lean in my entire life. I went from having a beer gut to abs. I was absolutely shredded, okay? So that's kind of the timeline of my story. And I've been doing this, like I said, for over 20 years. So I kind of know what I'm talking about, all right? I've gained, I've lost, I've gained, I've lost. And now this time in 2025, there's going to be no more gaining and losing. It's going to stay this way, okay? Because just imagine, I've learned in 20 years what it takes to maintain your weight loss. Now, you may be thinking like, well, what the heck? Am I going to be doing like keto for the rest of my life? Absolutely not. There will be times in keto when you get absolutely lean is that you'll be able to cheat once in a while. The problem people make is they start cheating and then they start cheating more and cheating more. And then before you know it, you're back to eating the same crap you did before. So you got to have some type of accountability. And that's one of the biggest things I do in my coaching program is I hold people accountable by having one-on-one coaching calls, okay? If they're going to invest into my program, they got to be held accountable. So I do one-on-one coaching calls. I provide them done-for-you meal plans. I take all the thinking out of it. You get the done-for-you meal plans. And I also have my own workout app where you can download to your phone. All the workouts are of me in the gym, professionally done videos so you can follow along, okay? So that way you can make your own transformation. So that's essentially what my coaching program is all about. So I have 20 years of experience, okay? Now, a lot of these fitness guys that you see on YouTube or Instagram and those kind of things, they're younger guys who have always been in shape, okay? I'm 49. I have a lot of fitness under my belt. I know what it takes to lose weight because look, I've been fat, okay? I love food just as much as the next guy, all right? So it's a struggle, okay? It's a big struggle. I know the struggle is real, but these younger guys, they've been in shape their whole life. They really don't know the struggles of having cravings, having food tempt you, okay? And at the end of the day, man, if you don't have some type of accountability by human nature, you're just gonna let yourself off the hook every single time because you gotta have some type of skin in the game, my friend. How many times have you gone on a weight loss journey to be doing well, right? And all of a sudden something comes up in life, whatever, it's an anniversary, a birthday, vacations, maybe you got sick or injured and you totally blow it. And then you're waiting until next January to get back on it again. I mean, I'm sure so many people can relate with that story, all right? So I wanted to share that really quickly with you because it is possible. It doesn't matter how old you are. Like I said, I can't believe I'll be 50 in a year, but I'll be 49 in a couple months in March this year, 2025. So I know what it takes to get into your best shape, all right? So I hope this story inspired you to not give up, that don't allow your limitations to hold you back because you can do this, okay? And I like to leave a link in my description. If you just want to have a free strategy call with me just to kind of talk about, what are your goals? What this call really is designed to do is that we'll just talk about three things, where you're currently at with your body, where would you like to be? And then what we'll do is we'll kind of figure out a game plan to get you unstuck so you can begin to be in the shape that you want to be in. And then someday you can tell your transformation story, all right? So that's what that whole call is about. No pressure, you don't need to, but if you feel like you kind of need the extra help and you need the accountability, because like I just mentioned earlier, you tend to fluctuate with your weight all the time, year after year, and you've never really made a significant, solid change, that's what this call will do. And my coaching program will help you get into your best shape. All right, so I just hope this video inspired you. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna be uploading videos every day that is going to help you. And also drop me a comment if you like this video and you wanna see more content like this. And if you got any more ideas of what kind of content you want me to make, let me know. I want to serve you and help you get into your best shape in 2025. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm probably just gonna have my one meal again today at 3 p.m. I'll probably give you a little bit of a video of what I'm gonna be eating. As you've seen, most of my eating has been pretty much the same. And as we talked about yesterday, routine can be boring, okay? But it works.